Hey guys, my name is Kitten Pauws, and I am with a anime music producer, teddy bear humanoid thing.
Half teddy, half
Uh,
human. Yeah.
half teddy, half human. Yeah, and you're talking to a cat. I am with Static P today, and this is going to be an interview Q&A thing, random conversations, whatever you prefer to call this. Whatever, or for that matter, whatever this ends up turning into.
Fair
so
enough.
hopefully, yeah.
Fair enough.
So hopefully you will be at least semi entertained by two weirdos talking.
All right. Thanks for the compliment. I'm a weirdo now.
Yes, you are, and a very cute one.
Hmm.
Don't
Well,
let
thanks.
that go to your head.
Don't let that go to your head. I wasn't going to edit, but yeah.
Oh, really?
All right.
Really, Ryan? Alright, first question. What drives you to do music?
Mostly, just the effect it has on people. I like that the way music, it speaks to your subconscious mind whether you want it to or not, which affects the way that you think about things, the way you perceive the world, your habits, all of that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So every time you hear a song and you're just listening to it, those words in the song are being pushed through to your head, and I like to think that, hey, why don't we use that for good? So I try to basically give out some wisdom or positive vibes with my songs, and hopefully help people through hard times and that sort of thing. So really, music,
Yeah.
what drives me to do music is actually not music itself, but more so the effect that it has on people. People drive me to do music.
Aw. Yes, and this is exactly why I called him a teddy bear, ladies and jelly spoons.
Jelly spoons? There are no gentlemen. They're all jelly spoons. The mankind is all of male nature is not part of human race. They are part of jelly spoon race. Only women are human.
What?
Call them jelly spoons.
Okay,
I'm sorry,
moving to
I'm
another
offended
planet.
right now. Okay.
I am moving to another planet because of you right now. I'm done.
All right.
That's it. I'm quitting
Okay,
YouTube.
I'm done.
No, I'm kidding. I'm not actually quitting YouTube. Please don't take that seriously. What was the? Oh my god, I can't breathe. What was the first instrument you've ever learned to play?
It was piano. Learned it kind of. I started to play it when I was 8, at least. When I was 8, but then
Yeah.
I went off and on, for a while. And then I learned to play saxophone in high school, and then I started learning or trying to sing well when I was about 17 or 18.
Yeah. I've been singing since I was 12, and I'm still horrible at it.
Hey, takes
Yeah,
practice.
for those of you for those of you who don't know, I actually used to do a little bit of music, but I stopped. I kind of went on and off about it, so my voice isn't necessarily all that good. I mean, my voice is but the issue for me is my control, not necessarily my voice itself.
Mm.
Anyways, this is not about me. Who is your biggest inspiration when it comes to your music?
I can't really say I have one. There's a lot of people who have inspired me on how I write my music. A lot of it comes from video games like Super Mario and Mega Man and the Final Fantasy series. A lot of Nobuo Uematsu's work from the Final Fantasy series. But also things like bands like Aerosmith, even I don't know, just all sorts of different music styles. I really like big band, so there's all sorts of different things that have inspired the way I write music. I don't really have a specific thing that is necessarily the most inspiring. But yeah, power metal. I love power metal. So, eh, that's the best answer I can give for you.
All right. I mean, whatever helps that blonde head of yours.
All right.
What is your favorite part of being a musician and why?
I think just like I said before, it's the it's the human interaction. Even though I don't even have to necessarily react or act. What's the word? Interact.
I don't
interact.
know. What are you trying to
Okay.
say?
I was like, I just used the word. Even though I don't have to physically interact with people, the music interacts for me. So, like, I can write a song and then I don't have to do anything anymore. Like, that song is out there. I don't have to press any play buttons for anybody. It's done on its own, and it can interact with people in that way. And I think that's really cool.
Nice.
Plus, it's fun to write. It's fun to write music too. Also, it's an enjoyable process.
Yeah.
It can be frustrating at times, but that's part of what makes it amazing and enjoyable. Is that it takes frustration and hard work and like, wow, this is not going the way I wanted it to, and then finally things work out, and you're like, yes, awesome. So that part's cool.
Yeah, you're just like, yay, finally.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you could meet any musician, dead or alive, who would it be and why? And you're not allowed to say yourself.
Okay. So I don't have a specific person I would like to meet specifically. Like, there's no one like, oh man, I just wish I could meet that person. Although my clever answer is my friend Joe Anderson, because I always like talking with him. He's always a joy to be around. I'll just meet my friend who is a musician. We'll hang out like we do on occasion.
I mean, that's kind of sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't really pin out anybody either.
Yeah. It's a hard question.
Well, actually, technically I could, considering back when I was in high school, I went to a performing. I didn't go to a normal school. I went to a performing arts charter school.
Okay.
So, literally everyone there was either a musician, actor, dancer, or all of the above. Yeah. So, yep. I actually used to do a little bit of theater.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. I kind of quit so far with theater because I realized two things. One, I was not passionate about theater. I still love it, but I'm not necessarily passionate about it, if that makes any sense. Two, I wanted to focus more so on music, and I also wanted to basically be an independent entertainer, which is kind of what I do here on YouTube. So, yeah. Okay, why did you choose YouTube for the platform of your music?
Basically because I figured it could work. It was where a lot of people were. I didn't see any other platform that had as many people on it that would be willing to, see new content from new creators. So YouTube was the best platform for that. Even though, like, people complain like it's hard to get seen in this world, it's hard to get a start, and it is true. I've started many channels and had many channels fail on me, but YouTube is still better than without YouTube. Having YouTube is still better than what it used to be.
Yeah.
Like 30 years ago, even. So, yeah.
Adpocalypse.
Yeah.
So many people are mad about that.
Yeah, that was funny.
In the near or distant future, what do you hope to accomplish with your music?
I don't necessarily have any type of direction or goal or dream that I'm shooting for. I'm just basically going wherever it takes me. I want to help people, and as long as I'm doing that, then that's awesome. I don't know where I'm going to end up. I might end up doing some anime stuff. I might end up doing some video game stuff. I might end up just doing YouTube. I have no clue. But either way, it's cool. basically, I'm just trying to be in the right places at the right times, doing whatever I'm designed to do, meant to do.
Like I said, whatever makes you happy, dear.
Sure. Yeah.
What is your favorite music genre?
Power metal, probably. Although I like big band a
Yeah.
lot too. Big band is one of my favorites as well. Swing, I should say. Big band swing.
Oh,
To
okay.
be more specific.
I have no idea what that is.
Oh, okay. Have you ever heard of the Chips? Oh, never mind. You might be too young for that. I don't know. You know Chips Ahoy?
What, Dixie Chicks? Is that what you're gonna say?
Sorry.
I don't know.
Sorry, what?
Well, what were
Yeah,
you?
you started to lag.
I said
You started to lag out.
I'm sorry. I swear I thought you were gonna say Dixie Chicks or something. I was gonna say.
Oh no. Chips Ahoy. Do you know Chips Ahoy?
Are we talking about the chocolate chip cookie brand?
Yes. We are. They used to have a commercial, and it was pretty much their theme song. They would use this a song called "Swing Swing Swing." Do you remember it? It's just basically.
I don't think
okay,
so.
That's fine. That was an example of a swing song from the big band, but.
Yeah, I mean, I might have. I don't necessarily remember every song title from every song I've ever heard.
Sure. Okay.
Oops.
That's cool.
I try. If you weren't doing music, what would you be doing?
I have no idea. Probably working a job, maybe working the last job I had as a inspector for mortgage companies. But honestly, I don't know. This is my calling. This is what I'm meant to do, and so I dropped everything to do this. I dropped my few other opportunities to do this sort of thing. So, I have no idea where life would have taken me otherwise, and I don't think it was meant to.
Yeah. Honestly, I can't see myself doing anything other than YouTube because for the longest time, I've actually wanted to do YouTube ever since I was like 10,
Okay.
maybe younger, because I have a big mouth and I like to talk.
Sure. That's good.
But for the longest time, I didn't know what I wanted to talk about, what I wanted my content to be focused on. Also, back then, I didn't really have a way to record or upload because I didn't have internet or a camera, so and I didn't really figure out what I wanted to talk about until I was, like, maybe 18.
Sure.
Yep, started my channel, like, a few months, a year later, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
I already asked that one. What is your favorite anime and or closing theme song?
You mean, like the favorite starting or closing?
Yeah.
Okay. Opening or closing, I
Yeah.
should say.
Opening or closing.
I
theme
have
song.
two. Two of them are from Zero no Tsukaima, which is also known as
Familiar of Zero in
Zero.
English.
Yes, the Familiar of Zero.
Yeah.
I like both the second season's opening and closing. They're two of my favorite songs, which is I Say Yes, and the other one is something Agenai.
Yeah.
Anyways, Agenai is really how it's pronounced. Anyways, I'm not sure what that one was called exactly, but those two are probably my favorite for anime. And then I also like the Batum opening from the Batum opening song, which is Nano No Game No Life. Not the name of the anime. That's literally what the song is called. Not the anime No Game No Life. Everyone's always confused every time I say it. No, Nano No Game No Life is an amazing song. And it.
That's because the opening theme song for No Game No Life is amazing.
I don't know it. I've never heard it. And then, but that's the opener for Batum. No Game No Life from Nano. Don't get it confused. And then the other closing song is from a really old anime called Dirty Pair Flash, and I don't remember the name of the song. I think it's I Really Like You or something like that. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. I Really Like You, and it's a super cute song. Anyways.
Yeah, I've never seen Batum, so I wouldn't know it. Sorry.
That's okay.
uh. All right. Oh man, I can't human today or English.
Well,
apparently.
you're gonna have to because apparently I can't human either because I'm a jelly spoon.
Yes, you are a jelly spoon /
So it's
teddy
gonna be
bear.
up to
You know what?
you.
You can be whatever you want. You can be whatever you want, Ryan. Oh, which song of yours or any other musician holds the deepest meaning for you?
Okay. So if it was a song from me, it would be the song I wrote, which was "A Reason for Suffering." That probably has the deepest, the most deep message, the most deep meaning for me. Took me a long time to really work that one through. And then the other one, if it was from someone else, would be "The Summons" by John Bell, and that's a very beautiful song. It's about love, essentially.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Next question. Wow. Why can't I read my own writing? Oh. I'm really sorry. Has a song ever made you cry, and if so, which one?
Okay. Originally, my thought is like I don't have any song that made me cry, but then because I don't honestly cry that often, and it's not because like I'm too macho.
Neither do I.
But it's just that things don't usually touch me in such an emotional way.
Yeah.
Usually, and it's funny because I have cried during anime, but it's not because of sad scenes. I've never. I have. Air was the only anime I've ever cried at because the scene was sad. Air TV. Anyways, that's an old one.
You clearly have not seen Your Lie in April.
No, that was when I was young, and that's why. Any other anime that's been sad since, just doesn't make me cry, no matter how sad it is.
Yeah.
The things that make me sad is when it's like a happy cry, like when they finally accomplish something, or they're during some kind of emotional situation, and then they come through, and they're figuring themselves out, or something really touching happens. But it's never something like sad. It's always something touching and beautiful, and that makes me cry, which is kind of interesting. But as for a song, there is one song, and it was actually the one I mentioned earlier, which was "The Summons" by John Bell. I remember I was at Mass in church, and there was a giant lead up to this moment, but I had basically fallen in love with this girl, and over several months tried to get her out of depression and that sort of thing, and then eventually she was getting out of it, and she was like almost perfectly fine, and I was like, yeah, this is amazing. And then her ex-boyfriend committed suicide, and he wrote a note and laid it on his bed, and it said that it was all her fault. So then she plummeted into depression again, and she wanted to kill herself, and me and a couple of her friends helped her through that again.
Oh my god.
And then about a month or two later, while trying to, help her, she ended up falling in love with this other guy, and it made me sad because I was like, dang it, I tried so hard. I worked so hard for this. I get nothing. I don't even get to go out with her. And then she pretty much just stopped talking to me entirely. But then I remember basically at the climax of all of this, right after she started dating this other guy, I was in church, and this song came out, and my mom whispered to me, this was Randall's favorite song. And Randall was like a good friend of hers, and a decent friend of mine. Like, I didn't know him that well, but that's because Randall was like many, many years older than me. He worked with my mom, but he was a wonderful man. And but he had passed away a couple months prior. So when she said this was Randall's favorite song, and it just made me like focus on the lyrics, and then it was like kind of sad, but at the same time, I was listening to the lyrics and they were talking about love and basically how love
Ryan?
is something that affects people through the rest of their life.
Can you repeat that? Because I could not hear you at all, because it just cut out.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I'm
That's
sorry.
fine. I said, well, which part? Which part do I have to repeat? From what was last thing I heard?
What was the last? I don't even know anymore.
Okay, so basically the song was talking about how love was, affects people and continues to affect them through the rest of their lives, basically. Like, you know, basically, my love lives in you, and your love lives in me. And it made me realize, like, everything I had done for this girl was out of love, and it helped her through the hard times. It helped her move forward in her life, and that's all I could have asked for. I mean, to want a relationship on top of that is more so about, like, what I wanted, not so much about what I could give. And so it really helped clear my mind and say, oh, you know, I don't need a relationship with this person. My job is done. I effectively loved this person. So that was nice. That was nice. It made me cry.
Yeah. I am, for those of you who do not know, I am 19 years old, almost 20, and I have never, ever at any time been in a relationship with anyone, and when I was younger, that kind of made me really sad, but as I got older, I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna do whatever it takes to make myself happy, and if someone comes along the way, that's fine, and if not, whatever, that's fine too.
So what she's saying is that she's open. You can totally date her if you want. I'm just kidding.
I'm not desperate!
I'm just kidding.
Wow, thanks. Why did you decide to become a musician?
Wait. Didn't we answer this one early on? Or maybe I just kind of already answered this one. But basically it's the same.
I don't even know anymore. I don't even remember half the things
that's
I
okay.
say.
That's okay. I don't remember anything I said up to this point either. Most of the time. Like yesterday, there's so many words transpired yesterday, I don't even remember anymore.
You know what? Wait, no. The question I asked earlier was what drives you to do music. That's probably what you were thinking
Yes, and
of.
what's this question?
I said, why did you decide to become a musician?
Oh. I felt called to do it. I felt like this would be, I don't know. It was, you know, when I was young, I never thought, hey, I want to grow up and be a musician. When I was in high school, never occurred to me.
Yeah.
My first year of college, never occurred to me. It wasn't until basically my friend Joe Anderson told me, mostly we started talking about how it affects humans. How it affects humans, but apparently not men because they're jelly spoons. But anyways, just the girl race.
The girl
yes.
race. That is now
the
a
female
thing.
race. Okay, so yeah, I never wanted to be a musician, and not because it was boring or anything, but because it hadn't even crossed my mind. And I had no I liked music. Music was fun. Maybe I would write something someday. That'd be cool. But it was never like, yeah, I want to do that for the rest of my life. I want to do that as a job. It wasn't until until a conversation happened that I was like, wow, I could make this a thing. I could do this. That would be so cool. Let's try it. So, yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Here is a very interesting question for you. Have you ever written poetry that was never intended to become music?
Probably. Yeah. Probably. I don't know. I don't remember any of it, but I'm sure. I'm not very good with lyrics. I'm not that great with words.
Neither am I.
But I appreciate poetry. A man.
Yeah.
I think it was. Oh geez, who was it? It might have been. Oh, I can't remember. A man very long time ago. It might have been St. Thomas or something like that. But once said that poetry is when you can't use words to describe what you wanted to say, so you write in a beautiful way to hopefully get across your message, because the thing that you're trying to write you don't have words for, but you're trying to use words anyways. And so it's something very deep, something very amazing that words can't help define, but you can hopefully define in a message that is also representing beauty at the same time, I suppose. Something like that, you know. Mm-hmm. Obviously, those weren't his real words. His real words were a lot shorter than that. I just basically described what his words meant because I can't remember the quote. But yeah, I appreciate poetry. It's cool.
As do I. Poetry is always nice. In which anime has the best art?
The best art, I would have to say, oh shoot, what was it? And I have to look it up again. Anime. Okay, so The Garden of Words, that's what it's called. It's an English title, and I can't even remember it. The Garden of Words has incredible art. I don't know if it's the best art. I can't really say that I've seen. But I remember watching The Garden of Words recently and being like, whoa, just blown away with how beautiful it is.
Yeah.
One of the best for art, for sure.
Yeah. I've been wanting to see it. What is that anime about?
The Garden of Words is about a young boy who is in high school, I'm pretty sure, and he decides that every single day that it rains, he doesn't go to school. He ends up just going to a little park instead. You could say it's kind of like a park.
That's interesting.
He stands under a sheltered building, but it's open so that you can see the rain. Like, you know, there's no windows or anything. It's just like a little pavilion, basically. That's a good word for it, pavilion. So anyways, and he ends up meeting somebody there, and a woman that's a little bit older than him, and she ends up being there every single time it rains too. And so then they kind of, he's like awkward, and then it shows like how he opens up to her and her to him, and then it just kind of goes from there. I don't want to spoil anything, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no spoilers. This is a no spoilers zone.
Mm-hmm.
Same goes for my reviews, or at least I try to make my reviews as spoiler free as possible when I do get around to making them. Let me shut up. What makes music? Okay, what makes music so important to you?
So basically just the effect that it has on people. For me, people are way more important than my music. So the only importance that my music has, the thing that gives it value.
Next question. Wait, did I ask? I don't remember if I asked this one because my mind kind of lost track. What makes music so important to you?
Yes, this is what I just answered.
I'm sorry, I zoned out because.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I'll
sorry, somebody just came through the door.
I'll answer it again if you want.
Sure, because I honestly it just slipped my mind.
Yeah, it's cool. Basically, I just said that my music doesn't have a whole lot of value to me. I mean, it's cool. Music is pretty sweet, but the thing that gives music value is people, because the music affects people, and people are valuable, and that's what makes music valuable. So, yeah. Anyways, people. To be honest.
All right. Okay. How did you come up with your name?
For Static P?
Yeah. No, Ryan, your legal name.
Okay, so my mom actually came up with that one. My mom and my dad. I didn't really have any say in it. For Ryan.
Oh, come on, I was being sarcastic.
Yeah. So anyways, next question. No, I'm just kidding.
Ryan, really?
Okay, so kind of a long story, but I've said it many times. I'll kind of shorten it a little bit. When I was in high school, middle school, I suppose as well. I didn't have a whole lot of friends. I had a lot of bullies, you could say. A lot of people didn't like me. At least that's how I saw it. I look back at it later, and it really wasn't that bad. But but bullying happened like every single day, in some way or another, to me. And anyways, so in high school, I ended up starting to play this game with some friends called Ragnarok Online, and then we had a lot of fun playing it. But after a while, I started to get kind of famous in the game, at least on our server that we were playing on, and a lot of people really, really liked me. My name was Black Static. And then eventually I started to ask myself the question, why do so many people like me in the game, but in real life nobody likes me? And so at this point, Black Static, this character I made in game, became my hero or my role model, the person I wanted to be. So then I decided, I said, you know what, I'm going to go to school and I'm going to just pretend that I'm Black Static. I'm going to be like, you know who I am? I'm Black Static, you know, like, don't mess with me, you know. Not like I was being mean or anything, but really I was just trying to basically be the person that I was in game. I found out pretty much the only difference between me and the person in game was the person in the game was more okay with interacting with people. He wasn't so worried about what people thought about him all the time. And really he was just being himself. It was me being my best self that I could be at all times. And so then I did that. I tried to apply that in the real world. I went to school. I forced myself to sit down next to people and strike up a conversation with them, compliment them on their shoes, tell them when I like their pants or their shirt, you know, or tell them other things that were cool about them. And all of a sudden, I remember the first thing that I did was like, I had a funny thought run through my head. But usually I would just turn myself down and just say, no, I won't say it. I don't want to get laughed at or people to think I'm stupid. I don't want my joke to fall short and then it be awkward, you know. But then I decided, you know what, I'm going to do it anyways in this moment. And so I said whatever I had to say out loud and everyone laughed about it. And I was like, oh my gosh, it worked. I can't believe it. And then, you know, so basically forcing myself to kind of allow my heart to speak, allow my thoughts to come out to the world.
Aww.
And then I went from being have a very low self-esteem and having very few friends to basically having a very high self-esteem, improving the self-esteem of everybody around me pretty much, and having tons and tons of friends. Basically kind of becoming popular without actually being popular. Popular by default because we had so many people in our group of friends. But anyways, that was basically who Black Static was. And so Static P was essentially just a carryover, you know, of that. And P stands for producer. In Japan, they often put a P at the end of your name if you're a producer, but you can't give yourself a P. That's against the rules. You're not allowed to give yourself a P. So I didn't even ask anybody for Static P. But there were two people who are from Japan, two of my friends, had suggested, apart from each other, who don't even know each other really, hey, why don't you use Static P? And I was like, okay, two people have said it, I'll use it. Good enough.
Yeah, I'll just go with that name because you told me to.
Yeah, basically. I didn't know what else to pick. So I was like, okay, I'll go for it.
Give me a second.
All
right. Are you into musicals? And if so, which ones do you really enjoy?
Oh yeah, musicals are pretty great. Grease is one of my favorites. I watched Guys and Dolls. That was pretty nice.
I've seen that one too.
Hairspray was pretty great. But honestly,
never seen it.
there are a lot of musicals I haven't seen that I think I probably should at someday. Probably one of my favorite musicals, if you can call it a musical. I think you can call it a musical. There's a lot of music in it. It would be The Sound of Music.
Yep. Acted in that one when I don't even remember when this was, actually. A long time ago.
Oh, okay.
Back when I was a child.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
A musical I would recommend to, well, you or anybody else who is watching is Rent. It is
Rent.
One of my favorites.
I've heard a lot about Rent. That it was very good, but I never saw it.
It's really good. I would recommend it. I'm not gonna say what it's about because this is not a musical review.
Sure.
What kind of music did you grow up listening to?
Mostly whatever my mom put on. a lot of times I wouldn't even listen to music because I didn't have an appetite for music to listen to it. Because whenever I wanted to play, whenever I wanted to hear music, I would just go to the piano and play. Whenever I wanted to hear music, I would just play it or try to sing it myself. I wasn't usually, when I was a kid growing up, you had to actually acquire music, not through the internet. They didn't have that. That wasn't a thing yet. So when I was a kid growing up, you actually had to buy CDs, and you wouldn't even know it was going to be on the CD before you bought it. You had to listen to the radio if you wanted to hear music, but you didn't get to pick what you listened to on the radio. So, honestly, I listened to all sorts of different things, though. My mom had CDs, and we would listen to rock and roll. We listened to some rock stuff. We would listen to some old pop stuff. We'd listen to 40s songs, 60s songs, 70s songs. We'd listen to everything. Spin Doctor, the Anders Sisters. Those are two completely different genres. Yeah, I mean, just everything. Whatever my mom was listening to, I'd listen to it.
This is kind of off topic, but I kind of wish I requested to borrow a light kit, because that one my face is kind of dark.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of getting darker and darker outside as we continue. I guess there's one more thing to add on to that, is that when I was about 14 or 15, I think it was 15, Pandora became a thing. And so I used Pandora to search
online radio station?
Yeah. Pandora, the online radio station. Yeah, obviously not Pandora's box. That comes from way in the past.
Don't open that. Don't ever touch that box, kids.
If you see a random Pandora's box sitting on the street,
don't open it.
All right. Good luck even finding
Chaos will happen.
So when I was 15, Pandora, the music thing came out, and I was just like I'd been thinking to myself for many years, there's got to be some kind of style of music that's like a blend of classical and rock. Like it's maybe like a little bit of like video game too, like something that's intense, like upbeat and rockin' and awesome, but at the same time not metal, not screaming, really beautiful guitars and all of this. Like there's got to be a genre like that. And then I searched, and I started my search, and I found like all sorts of different 80s stuff, and then eventually I found a song that was I'm not sure which the first power metal song it was, but it was a power metal song, and I was like, this is what I've been looking for. This is exactly what I was looking for. And then so then I got addicted to power metal for many years after that.
Yeah. That kind of sounds like I don't expect you to know what this is, but Cats.
Cats, K-A-T-Z?
No. Like cats as in actual cats. It's a
Yes, I know what cats are. They're of the canine species. Like dogs.
No, I was talking about it's kind of like a power metal opera.
Oh, okay. Nope.
Yeah, I don't expect anybody to know what that is.
Nope, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, it's really good. If you ever come across it, I'd recommend watching it.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, it's not a surprise to me that you have no idea what that is.
I still have like a really sleepy face on right now. Like it still looks really, really tight. I don't know why, but oh well.
What is your favorite video game music?
Oh, that's hard. It's pretty much impossible. Probably stuff from the Final Fantasy series, but I also really liked a lot of Mega Man music when I was growing up. But, I'm going to have to say stuff from the Final Fantasy series. All sorts of different stuff.
This doesn't surprise me in the least that you'd say that. Yeah. This is a question everybody has been wondering. Why does your profile picture look so angry?
Really? It looks angry?
A little bit.
That's funny. I never saw it as that. Period.
It doesn't. I
think a lot of people say, "Oh, it looks like a girl," but then they see I have long blonde hair, and then they're like, "Oh, yeah, okay, it doesn't look like a girl. It looks like him, who looks like a girl."
He's a trap.
I just have to take away my beard, and then just kind of get my long hairs coming on, and then we look like no.
It's a trap.
That's not a trap. What are you talking about?
Hello? Hi. Sorry. I'm not a girl.
Oh,
I'm
God.
just a boy with a really cute voice. Sorry.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Anyways,
I'm done with you,
I'm
right?
done with you. Get away from me. No. It's not an angry expression. Maybe, if anything, it's a monotone expression, but not angry. It's a picture that someone drew me, and it's actually not of myself. It's actually for Detective. They did fan art of Detective, and I was like, I'm gonna put this as my as my profile picture. Thank you. Yes, that.
You are welcome.
And so I put it there. It's not supposed to look angry. He's just a man, just with a face. He's not angry.
If someone were to make if somebody were to make a mashup of two of your songs, which ones would you like to hear?
That's an interesting question. Never even thought of that question before. A mashup of two of my songs. I don't know. I don't have an answer. I don't know. Any two would be interesting. A mashup of two songs.
Yep.
I can't think of
I'm
anything.
not ignoring you. I'm just trying to find something. By the way.
Oh, it's fun.
A question somebody asked me because they don't have a Twitter.
I've got nothing for you on that answer. I can't think of. I mean, I've got a lot of songs, but to throw two of them together, I don't know.
You never thought of it?
No. It's not I've never thought of that question ever. No.
Oh my God, this might be. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find. If this takes a while, I am sorry. I am trying to find a question somebody left for me on Discord. I mean, not for me, but for you.
Sure.
No one cares about me.
Is the camera still recording?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
In fact, still recording.
Okay.
So
everyone cares about you.
Aw, thank you. I am loved.
Yes.
I feel loved. Okay, so somebody on Discord, you probably know him, Detang, asks me, I am not allowed to have a Twitter, so in the interview, can you ask him what got him into music? Which I'm pretty sure you did answer, didn't you? Right?
Yes. Basically, well, you could say my mom to start with. You could say that it was my mom to start with because she introduced me to the piano. And then I couldn't play, actually, after that. So I started when I was 8, but then my mom married a man who had a night job, and so he was always sleeping when I got home, and then when he wasn't sleeping, he was watching TV. So he was always like, yeah, guys, don't play the piano, ever. So when I was 9 or 10, I finally got an electric keyboard, which I could set the volume to really low on and play in my room, and then I could actually do more music stuff. So, and that was actually donated to me, that keyboard, by someone from the school, which was really cool. So God bless that man. I love him. He's awesome. Clyde.
That's
kind of
nice.
forgot about that. That was amazing. That was so nice of him. Anyways, that shaped my life. Wow. All right. Well, there we go.
That is so sweet. Cora is the anime protagonist. Asks, Static, when did you first sing in front of an audience or another person that wasn't your parents?
Or my brother. Because me and my brother we grew up humming video game music, and we would be like, what song is this? And they'd be like, oh, we would do games like, hey, what's this song? And we would hum every other note, like, and it'd get off beat, and it'd be like, and my brother and I knew each other's music library so well because we'd always listen to the same video games, we'd always listen to the same music, so we were always able to get each other, like, and like even down to the point where like, can you guess this song? And then we'd be like, yeah, you just did the first note of this, and they're like, how did you do that?
I used to do that with my cousin.
Nice.
When we were younger.
It's fun. It's fun.
It is. Let's see. Now for the Twitter questions, because those were the only questions that were left for me on Discord.
I suppose, but for a live audience, I don't remember. I don't remember first time I sang in front of a live audience.
Have you ever sung in front of a live audience? Because I have no idea.
Yeah, I have. I remember I did when I just got out of high school. I wrote. Oh, it was actually when I decided to pursue my music career. I wrote a song, and my mom and everybody really liked it. So then they asked me to perform it at a specific arts festival thing. So I was like, all right, I'll do that.
Next question. This is the next 10, 30 questions, however many questions were left for me.
Wow, that's a lot.
On Twitter. Yeah. I don't know how many questions. Some people asked multiple, which I'm cool with. I got nothing but time to kill. So Sunnily, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Sunnily Bright.
Sunnily.
I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. How much do you ask me 2 questions, and I'm going to read the first one first. How much do you think you've changed since becoming part of BSS or Black Stag and Swerve? If you don't know, I don't mean just musically, but also regarding your outlook on life and how you look at others.
I would say a lot has changed. But at the same time, well, so the foundation of Black Static and Swerve was already put in a position of like, hey, we're here to do good things, basically. For the good of humanity, for the good of each other. So we started off on the right foot there. But, as you journey, it's been about 9-10 years now or something. Wait, I think we started 2009. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, 9 years.
So almost 10 years?
Basically 9 years. Because 2018, we started in 2009, so...
Yeah, that's why I said almost 10 years.
Well, it just became 2018, and it was really like, I think it was,
true.
Towards the end of 2009, so I'd more safely say it was almost 8 or 9 years, so. Anyways.
Okay, that works. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So, obviously, you learn a lot throughout time in general as life continues, but we always have an impact on each other. I would say that now I am much more stronger in my faith life than I was back then, and pursue even more so to be, I guess, holy or just a good example for people, or always doing the right thing, always trying to be my best self, trying to improve myself. I think it's hard to say what all has changed in your thinking because it's gradual. It's always gradual. But I can tell you that I've grown up a lot and that I'm a much better man.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's hard to exactly answer that question.
Yeah, I can understand that. I will probably never at any time ever talk about my personal religious views, but I will say that the purpose of Kitten Pauws was for 2 reasons. One, to make people smile and laugh, and the other was to connect to the anime community better, since I am very to myself and I don't really talk to people outside of the internet, in case you didn't know. So if I seem like I am extroverted, I'm not. But I do enjoy talking to people, though.
Very cool.
Anyways, next question for you. Sunly also says, also, have you ever had someone criticize your song harshly? Probably one of your earlier songs. I don't know. Have you ever had somebody criticize one of your songs harshly?
Sure. The internet's a foul place sometimes.
True.
To be honest,
truer words were never spoken.
To be honest, I don't really care. The thing about music is music is not such a thing that everybody will like one song. There's no song in the world that everybody likes, and I know because I'm writing music, it's beautiful. Actually, I think that's really cool that everybody likes different stuff. So I write a song, I have no idea the response I'm going to get from people. Some people are going to hate it, some people are going to love
Yeah.
it. My friend Joe, he listens to some songs and he's like, how do people like this song? It is terrible. But then that gives him confidence to
Yeah.
know, like, hey, you can write just about anything and somebody will like it. Because seriously, what is that? No.
Yeah.
But it's true. So yeah, people have harshly criticized my stuff. Honestly, I can't even tell you a single thing that they've said though, because I just don't. Honestly, doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna say you seem like you wouldn't care one way or another if someone were to.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me.
Why the Brotaku asks, what's your favorite anime and manga, and what non-mainstream anime and manga would you recommend? It could be more than one.
I don't read a whole lot of manga. As for anime, I have a ton of anime that I would call my favorite, but the one anime that I would recommend that is not mainstream is Haibane Renmei, because it is just a wonderful experience to watch it. It's not like the other anime that are out there. It's very different.
Yeah.
And it gives a different feeling. It's kind of peaceful and calming, but at the same time joyful and wonderful, like filled with wonder, so as to speak. You wonder,
Yeah.
like, how is this gonna happen? What, you know, it's really nice anime. I would recommend it.
Yeah. Personally, an anime I would recommend. Well, this isn't really an anime for everyone, and it only has about 12 episodes, I believe, and almost. Well, there are two that aren't mainstream that I can recommend, but most of the people I've talked to have never heard of one of these. Have you heard of either one of these? One is called We Without Wings, and that is about a guy with a multiple personality disorder, and he basically, has to try to figure out how to deal with the emotions inside of his head, which I think is a very good series. The other series is called Mythical Detective Loki Ragnarok. I know that is a mouthful to say,
Wow.
but it is that one is centered around Norse mythology, if you're into that. And what happens is the main character Loki, hence the name, gets sent to Earth as a child, and he gets I believe if I remember correctly, he gets banned from Ragnarok.
Okay.
And so he moves to Earth, gets banned, comes to Earth in the form of a small child, and becomes a detective.
Interesting. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
It's kind of an interesting
I
plot
personally
twist
really like
of Norse mythology.
Yeah, I personally really enjoy it.
Cool.
So,
The god of
Cookie.
tricks is the detective. All right.
Wait, Cookie. Are you an actual cookie? Do you taste delicious?
I'm sure they do. They have the flesh of eggs and flour and sugar and brown sugar, butter. Yeah, they have the most delectable skin. Anyways.
Yeah. Can I eat you? Oh, okay. No. In all seriousness, he says, or she. I don't know what you are. Teddy bear, because I don't know. Your profile picture's a teddy bear. Why did you make a Discord?
Originally I made a Discord for my patrons so that they could connect with me. I didn't know what to, you're supposed to make a Patreon and then give them rewards, like if they, meet certain levels, and I wasn't sure what to do, and I was like, how about I make a Discord?
Yeah. Atlas Shadow Gamer 4 asks, what would you recommend someone trying to get into singing on YouTube to do?
What? Well, it's hard. Really, you just got to put your stuff out there. If you're trying to sing stuff on YouTube, you got to put it out there. I would recommend, there's some people recommend doing covers, some people would recommend doing originals. I think maybe you could do both. It's a hard question because I think just do what you feel like you're passionate about doing at this point. When I started my channel, Static P is the only one that worked out for me, and that's a combination of reasons, but one of the main reasons was because I accidentally figured out the YouTube algorithm, and that is if your content is really broad, if you're just singing songs that aren't directed at a specific group of people, YouTube will kind of give it to a couple random people, and then it won't really know what to do with it. It won't know who to direct the traffic at. But if you direct it at one specific thing, like just the anime community or just pop culture or whatever, then it will know, like, okay, these 2 people from this anime community liked it, so let's throw it at another anime person. Did they like it? Okay, they liked it. So now let's throw it at like 5 more anime people. Okay, so YouTube has people depicted into groups like this. And so to take advantage of that is important on YouTube. To understand what crowd you're catering to. Now you have people who do pop stuff. You have people who do rock stuff. You have people who do anime stuff, and unfortunately, you are in a way kind of going to be in competition with them. But at the same time, if you do collaborations, it allows you to get known. So it's important to do collaborations with those people, because then you can get noticed from other groups. It's hard to do them, though, because not a lot of people have a whole lot of time to do a collaboration, and a lot of people have experienced what I've experienced, which is you start a collab with somebody, you do all the work, and they don't do anything, and then you end up having to say, they end up saying, I'm sorry, I'm just not going to do it anymore, and then you've wasted a bunch of time. So you have to make sure you get on the ball whenever you are collaborating with someone. You show them that you are committed. But yeah, I mean, that's put your stuff out there. Have enough stuff so that like a profile, like as if you were applying for a job. You have your past, your history, which you've studied. Have enough stuff on your YouTube channel so that when you go to someone, you say, hey, you want to collab? They can go to your channel and see, okay, this person knows what they're doing. This person has videos up. They are a person that's dedicated to actually making this happen. You want to be able to do that. So those are my best suggestions. Collaborating is important. I wouldn't have as many viewers as I have now if I didn't. You know, my main song that got all the views is It's Not Like I Like You, and that was just a collaboration. And it's not even that all of the views came from Amory. It just kind of, I didn't
even know about her until I heard that song.
Yeah, I think that's the case for most people, and it's unfortunate because Amory's amazing and I love her. But yeah, it can be hard to get ahead, but at the same time, you just gotta take what opportunities present themselves and hope for the best.
This was just a case of this whole interview was just a case of sheer luck, because I swear I thought Stag was gonna say no because he knew nothing about me, hasn't really seen what I put out there on YouTube, and really I don't have a lot of content to begin with anyway, so this was just out of sheer luck. But something I would recommend to you and anybody else who is driven to be a musician, regardless if it's on the YouTube platform or stage performing or whatever, I would say take vocal lessons. If you can't afford private vocal lessons, then I'd say look up vocal lessons on YouTube, or talk to somebody who is skilled in singing. Even if they're not a teacher, they can still be helpful. I would say, and then just practice as much as you can until you physically and emotionally feel confident enough to put yourself out there.
Fair enough. It's okay to judge yourself harsh, but don't knock yourself down.
Great. I don't know how to pronounce that. You can just tell me if you ever decide to pull my hair for not knowing how to pronounce the last part of your name. Gray something asks, what was your inspiration for the Criminal Idol series?
Well, I wanted to write a song that was Detective, and I wanted to write a song that would be a story that would be kind of enjoyable, thrilling, and fun. Something that could relate to the anime community. So I wrote Detective. And then I wanted to do the same thing, and then I made another thing that I thought would relate to the anime community, which was Life Might Take Us. But then people really liked both of those a lot. So I was like, okay, what do? maybe I should, like, they both wanted them to be continued. They wanted both of them to be animes and series and stuff. So I decided to turn both of them into an anime slash series. So I said, I was like, okay, I've got a detective story and an idol story. I'll blend them together and make one giant story out of it. And that was basically the inspiration. Pretty simple.
Yeah.
An accident, really.
Yeah, I mean, hey, like I said, whatever works.
Mm-hmm.
H asks, how many detectives can detective detect?
Detective can detect detectives beyond detection of other detectives, to the extreme where he deduces devious deeds of all of the past and present and future of all detectives who detect. So I would say a lot.
Yeah. Kira, Shira, Koami, Koami. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I think I just butchered that. I'm so sorry. Asked 3 questions. 1, what influenced your username? We already answered that, so we're not gonna go over it again. 2, which version is better? Which version is better, hot Cheetos or regular Cheetos?
That's a good question. I like hot Cheetos, I think.
Yeah, I could go
Hot
either way.
Cheetos.
I could go either way and be perfectly happy, personally. 3rd question. What is your reason for singing?
We already covered that.
Oh yeah, we did. So do you just want to skip it?
And it's fun. It's fun, too.
Yeah.
On top of human interaction. For the humans.
Yeah. Oops. That is not what I want to do. Rila asks, what is your favorite Criminal Idol episode?
I don't necessarily have one, except for maybe the last one, but that's not released yet, so deal with it.
Oh.
The next one's gonna be pretty good. It's gonna be one of my favorites. But
Oh.
also episode 0. Episode 0, I like the song a lot. It's fun.
Yeah.
Even though it's not necessarily like an episode that has any plot to it.
Okay.
It helps describe the characters.
All right. Last one for 2 reasons. One, it's the last one that was typed up, and because I guess technically last 4 because hopefully we can do this before before my battery dies. First question, and they're all by Kuseki. How long have you been producing / composing music?
I've been producing and composing since I was basically 18. When I was 18, I started trying to do it.
Okay. Second question.
So, and now I'm 28, so it's 10 years. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, 10 years.
Yeah, like I said, my battery's dying. Could you share your story? What did you do to get involved? What did you do to get in? Okay. Could you share a story? What did you do / get involved with from the beginning till now? Oh my! Can you answer this one? Please answer this one as quickly as you can.
I was born as a young child, and then I grew up. Strangely, I don't understand how it happened, and then the man happened in me,
Ryan!
and I was a man. That is from the beginning to now.
I don't know what exactly. Are they talking about my music career?
I don't know. I'm just reading what.
Probably. I started. Okay, it happened. We already discussed it. When I was 8, I got a piano from my great grandma, and then I played it every once in a while, and now I'm here.
Okay.
Start from the bottom, and I'm now. Yeah. Okay.
No, do not sing that song.
Okay.
What? How's your workflow?
Rap. How's my workflow?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what's my process? Sometimes I'm inspired, sometimes I'm not. Don't worry for inspiration. Don't wait for inspiration, because it's not always going to be there to help you. You just got to start. Sometimes you just got to pick up the pencil and start, or pick up your mouse and, well, you put it back down on the ground because it doesn't work when you pick it up, but then you put it down on the ground and you start. Okay, so workflow, you just start writing, and then things will come out. You'll get ideas as you're doing it. That's how it goes.
Okay. What advice would you give your former beginners? What advice would you give your former beginner self, or maybe a newer producer / composers?
Have
a great day.
I don't know. I wouldn't give myself any advice. I wouldn't give myself any advice because I don't know what to say. Maybe I would teach myself a little bit about mixing, or a little bit about probably that. Yeah, I'd give myself mixing advice. But for beginners, what I would say is the most important thing is don't be afraid to mess up.
Yeah.
You're going to make terrible music. And that's cool. Don't worry about it. My first songs were terrible also. So you just keep on making terrible music until someday you're like, whoa, hey, I made a song that's not terrible for once.
Yeah.
And it's going to be years.
Yeah.
Okay? So don't worry about it if your songs doesn't seem very good yet. Keep it up.
Okay.
If you have passion, if drive to do it.
Andy says, have a great day, and then goes on and says, okay, maybe one more. What exactly is BSS? Who runs it, and what do they do?
That's a wonderful question. Black, Static, and Swerve. BSS stands for Black, Static, and Swerve. It is run by 6 members. Me, Joe, my brother, Steve, Jesse, who has been playing games with me recently on stream, and Jeff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of us. Jeff is a radio guy. He knows so much about music. He's awesome. And he's good with social media as well. Jesse, he's our IT guy, basically. He does all the coding. He administrates all the server stuff. Takes care of technology stuff.
Yeah.
My brother, he also does technology stuff, but he's also a wizard. I know.
Bippity boppity boo.
Bippity boppity boop. No, he's incredible at research, and he handles our finances. Myself, I do music and this communication stuff. Joe, he does music, and he's kind of the leader, but not really. The only reason he's kind of leader is because he has a personality that's and a way of with words that tends to put him in the spotlight, which is fine. And then lastly is Steve. He's a musician. He plays an incredible guitar. Joe plays the drums. Steve plays guitar. Joe also plays the guitar. And Joe also sings. I consider myself more of a composer than anything else, but that's anyways. But I'm a singer as well, and a pianist, and so on.
Yeah.
What do? We're an entertainment company. We release entertainment, whether it's for streaming, whether it's videos, whether it's audio, steaming. Yes, whether we're just steaming in a hot pot of
gold. Let's go with gold. Hot pot of gold.
Ouch. Or music. We all start out with music, but we expect to expand, and we already have expanded. Yeah, we're doing all sorts of different stuff right now. So it started out just music. Our first release was with a giant company for multimillionaires and stuff like that, and then now we've kind of went in a different direction, and that is to give stuff to you guys. So what we do, we're just here to make the world an incredible place. And we're a media company set out to do such a thing with that goal in mind, not just to make money. Money's not really. The only reason we want money is so that we can get out of our jobs.
So we can get out of our jobs. I feel it. Technically, I don't have a job. Well, this is my job, but I don't get paid for it. Yeah. So, this has been a fun interview. My battery's dying. I am so sorry. Thank you, Ryan, for being here today with me, a very small person on the internet.
I kind of wish the whole thing went like this. We should just do a speed run next time. If we ever do an interview again, we just do speed run the whole time.
Speed run.
Because, yeah, it's great.
And if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe. I am on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook. And I recently made a Discord account if you would like to follow me. I also have a Patreon if you like what you see here on my channel and you want to support what I do, so I can keep doing this more often, because I currently film at a studio, which is nice, but it also restricts my freedom. So if you would like to help out, Patreon there, all the links will be in the description. Thank you so much for watching and listening to a couple of nerds babble on about who knows what, and I will see your beautiful faces in the next video. Bye!
Bye-bye.